In the turbulent seas of existence, where the currents of chaos threaten to engulf us, humanity seeks refuge and guidance. It is in this tumultuous journey that the beacon of Stoicism emerges, a timeless philosophy offering solace and strength in the face of life's uncertainties. With its wisdom as our compass, we embark on a transformative odyssey, navigating the treacherous waters of deceit, betrayal, and adversity with unwavering courage and resilience. Our journey begins with the recognition of the masks of deception, as articulated by the Stoic sage Seneca. We delve into the depths of discernment, learning to decipher truth from falsehood and navigate the intricate web of deceit that often ensnares the unwary. From there, we confront the challenge of betrayal, guided by the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, as we cultivate resilience in the face of adversity and emerge stronger and wiser from the crucible of betrayal. Next, we embrace the sting of shame as a teacher, not a tormentor, following in the footsteps of Epictetus. We learn to confront our mistakes with humility and grace, using them as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Then, we master the art of detachment, as espoused by Epictetus, freeing ourselves from the shackles of attachment and desire to find true contentment and inner peace. Finally, we find strength in the serenity of acceptance, guided by the wisdom of Zeno of Citium. We surrender to the flow of life, embracing its inherent unpredictability with courage and resilience. Through each lesson, we discover the transformative power of Stoic philosophy, equipping ourselves with the tools and wisdom necessary to navigate life's challenges with grace and dignity. Join us as we embark on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment, guided by the timeless principles of Stoicism to learn 5 lessons to avoid being taken advantage of. Lesson 1. Recognize the masks of deception. In the timeless words of the Stoic sage Seneca, a man who suffers before it is necessary, suffers more than is necessary. This poignant admonition serves as a clarion call to the discerning soul, a reminder that the path to true understanding begins with the recognition of falsehood and deceit. In a world where illusions abound and sincerity is often overshadowed by cunning, the ability to discern truth from fiction is a skill of paramount importance, one that can mean the difference between enlightenment and enslavement. To heed Seneca's wisdom is to embark upon a journey of self-discovery, a quest to unravel the mysteries of the human psyche and uncover the hidden motives that lurk beneath the surface of polite society. It is a journey fraught with peril, for the road to enlightenment is beset with obstacles, both external and internal. Yet, armed with the teachings of Stoicism as our guide, we venture forth with courage and conviction, undeterred by the specter of deceit that looms on the horizon. But how do we discern the wolves from the sheep, the friend from the foe? The answer lies not in blind suspicion, but in a keen awareness born of introspection and observation. We must learn to read between the lines, to listen not only to the words that are spoken, but also to the silence that speaks volumes. We must cultivate a discerning eye, attuned to the subtle cues and nuances that betray the true intentions of those around us. In the crucible of experience, we sharpen our skills of perception, honing the blade of our intellect until it cuts through the veils of deception that shroud the intentions of others. We become adept at deciphering the hidden meanings behind smiles and gestures, recognizing the subtle signs of duplicity that lie beneath the surface. And as we navigate the intricate labyrinth of human interaction, we find ourselves guided by an inner compass, a steadfast beacon of truth that leads us safely through the darkest of nights. Yet, in our quest for clarity, we must also tread cautiously, for the pursuit of truth is fraught with peril. We must temper our skepticism with compassion, recognizing that even the most cunning deceivers are but flawed mortals, driven by their own fears and insecurities. And in our quest to unmask the deceivers, let us not lose sight of our own humanity, lest we become the very monsters we seek to vanquish. In the crucible of Stoicism, we forge not only swords of steel, but also shields of wisdom, protecting ourselves from the arrows of deceit that fly in every direction. Let us heed Seneca's admonition, standing vigilant against the siren song of deception, and let us walk the path of truth with unwavering resolve. For in the darkness of the night, It is the light of our own inner wisdom that guides us safely home. Lesson 2. Cultivate resilience in the face of betrayal. As echoed by the philosopher King Marcus Aurelius, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. In these words lies a profound truth, a truth that speaks to the essence of Stoic philosophy and its emphasis on inner strength and moral integrity. For in a world where betrayal and deceit are all too common, the ability to rise above the urge for revenge and maintain one's dignity in the face of adversity is a mark of true greatness. Betrayal, like a dagger thrust into the heart, leaves us reeling with pain and confusion. It shakes the very foundations of our trust, leaving us questioning not only the motives of others, but also the validity of our own judgment. In such moments of darkness, it is easy to succumb to the temptation of vengeance, to lash out in anger and seek retribution against those who have wronged us. Yet, as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, true strength lies not in retaliation, but in resilience. To cultivate resilience in the face of betrayal is to embrace the Stoic virtues of courage, wisdom, and temperance, to fortify the citadel of our souls against the onslaught of external forces. It is a journey of self-discovery, a quest to unearth the inner reservoirs of strength that lie dormant within each of us. And though the path may be fraught with obstacles and setbacks, it is a path worth traversing, for it leads to a state of inner peace and tranquility that is impervious to the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. But how do we cultivate such resilience in the face of betrayal? The answer lies in embracing the Stoic principle of amor fati, the love of fate. Rather than railing against the injustices of the world or lamenting the betrayals of those we once trusted, we must learn to accept them with equanimity and grace. We must recognize that adversity is not a punishment, but a test of our character, our strength, and our resolve. In the crucible of betrayal, we discover the true measure of our resilience, the depth of our inner strength, and the breadth of our moral courage. We learn to turn adversity into opportunity, using the pain of betrayal as a catalyst for growth and self-improvement. And as we emerge from the shadows of betrayal, we find ourselves transformed, stronger, wiser, and more resilient than we ever thought possible. Yet, in our quest for resilience, we must also temper our strength with compassion. For to be truly resilient is not to become hardened or indifferent to the suffering of others, but to remain steadfast in our commitment to kindness and empathy. We must recognize that those who betray us are often grappling with their own demons, their own fears and insecurities. And while we may choose to forgive them for their transgressions, we must never forget the lessons they have taught us, the lessons of resilience, courage, and compassion. In the crucible of Stoicism, we forge not only swords of steel but also hearts of gold, beating with the rhythm of resilience and the melody of moral integrity. Let us heed Marcus Aurelius' admonition, standing tall in the face of betrayal, and let us walk the path of resilience with unwavering resolve. For in the darkness of the night, it is the light of our own inner strength that guides us safely home. Lesson 3. Embrace the sting of shame as a teacher, not a tormentor. In the timeless wisdom of Epictetus, the former slave turned philosopher, we find the guiding principle. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This profound insight lies at the heart of Stoic philosophy, reminding us that our perception and response to life's challenges shape our destiny far more than the challenges themselves. Shame, like a shadow cast by our own actions, can haunt us relentlessly, threatening to consume us with its icy grip. It arises when we fall short of our own moral standards, or when our actions bring harm to others. In the face of shame, it is easy to succumb to despair, to retreat into the dark recesses of self-loathing and self-pity. Yet, in the crucible of Stoicism, we discover a different path, a path that leads not to despair, but to redemption. To embrace the sting of shame as a teacher, not a tormentor, is to embark upon a journey of self-discovery, a quest to unearth the hidden truths that lie buried beneath the surface of our conscience. It is a journey fraught with peril, for the road to redemption is paved with the shards of our shattered illusions and the remnants of our shattered pride. Yet, Armed with the teachings of Stoicism as our guide, we press onward, undeterred by the spectre of shame that looms on the horizon. But how do we embrace the sting of shame and transform it into a catalyst for growth and self-improvement? The answer lies in embracing the Stoic virtues of courage, wisdom, and humility, to face our mistakes with honesty and integrity, and to use them as stepping stones on the path to self-betterment. We must recognize that shame, like pain, is a signal, a warning sign that something within us is out of alignment with our highest ideals. In the crucible of shame, we discover the true measure of our character, the depth of our integrity and the breadth of our resilience. We learn to confront our mistakes with humility, accepting responsibility for our actions and seeking forgiveness from those we have wronged. And as we emerge from the shadows of shame, we find ourselves transformed, stronger, wiser, and more compassionate than we ever thought possible. Yet, in our quest for redemption, we must also temper our humility with self-compassion. For to be truly humble is not to diminish ourselves or wallow in self-pity, but to acknowledge our imperfections with grace and acceptance. We must recognize that shame, like all emotions, is transient, that it arises not to condemn us but to guide us toward a higher path. In the crucible of Stoicism, we forge not only swords of steel but also hearts of gold, beating with the rhythm of redemption and the melody of self-compassion. Let us heed Epictetus's admonition, embracing the sting of shame as a teacher, not a tormentor, and let us walk the path of redemption with unwavering resolve. For in the darkness of the night, it is the light of our own inner wisdom that guides us safely home. Lesson 4. Master the art of detachment. As the Stoic sage Epictetus proclaimed, he is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. These words carry profound wisdom, pointing to the heart of Stoic philosophy, the cultivation of inner tranquility and contentment, regardless of external circumstances. Detachment, often misunderstood as indifference or apathy, is in fact a state of profound freedom, a liberation from the chains of attachment and desire that bind us to the ever-changing tides of fortune. It is a recognition that true happiness lies not in the accumulation of wealth or possessions, but in the cultivation of inner peace and serenity. To master the art of detachment is to embark upon a journey of self-discovery, a quest to unearth the hidden treasures of the soul and cast aside the trappings of materialism and ego. It is a journey fraught with challenges, for the allure of worldly pleasures and comforts can be seductive, drawing us away from the path of virtue and wisdom. Yet, armed with the teachings of Stoicism as our guide, we press onward, undeterred by the temptations that lie in wait. But how do we master the art of detachment and free ourselves from the shackles of desire? The answer lies in embracing the Stoic virtues of temperance, wisdom, and gratitude, to cultivate a mindset of abundance and appreciation for the simple joys of life. We must learn to let go of the incessant craving for more and instead find fulfillment in the present moment, recognizing that true wealth lies not in the accumulation of possessions, but in the richness of our inner experience. In the crucible of detachment, we discover the true essence of freedom, the freedom to live authentically and fully, unencumbered by the burdens of attachment and desire. We learn to release our grip on the fleeting pleasures of the material world and instead find solace in the treasures of the soul, virtue, wisdom, and inner peace. And as we journey deeper into the heart of detachment, we find ourselves transformed, liberated from the constraints of ego and desire, and free to embrace life with open arms. Yet, in our quest for detachment, we must also temper our freedom with responsibility. For to be truly detached is not to withdraw from the world or forsake our duties and obligations, but to engage with life fully and authentically, while remaining steadfast in our commitment to virtue and integrity. We must recognize that detachment does not mean indifference to the suffering of others, but rather a compassionate acceptance of the impermanence of life and the inevitability of change. In the crucible of Stoicism, we forge not only swords of steel but also hearts of gold, beating with the rhythm of detachment and the melody of gratitude. Let us heed Epictetus's admonition, mastering the art of detachment with unwavering resolve, and let us walk the path of inner peace and serenity with courage and humility. For in the darkness of the night, it is the light of our own inner wisdom that guides us safely home. Lesson 5. Find strength in the serenity of acceptance. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Zeno of Citium, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This timeless wisdom speaks to the essence of Stoicism, the cultivation of inner peace and equanimity in the face of life's uncertainties. Acceptance, often mistaken for resignation or passivity, is in fact a profound act of courage, a willingness to surrender to the flow of life and embrace its inherent unpredictability. It is a recognition that true strength lies not in resistance or control, but in the serenity that comes from accepting things as they are. To find strength in the serenity of acceptance is to embark upon a journey of self-discovery, a quest to uncover the hidden truths that lie beneath the surface of our desires and fears. It is a journey fraught with challenges, for the human mind is conditioned to resist change and cling to the illusion of certainty. Yet, armed with the teachings of Stoicism as our guide, we press onward, undeterred by the uncertainties that lie ahead. But how do we find strength in the serenity of acceptance and embrace the flow of life? The answer lies in embracing the Stoic virtues of courage, wisdom, and resilience, to cultivate a mindset of openness and receptivity to whatever life may bring. We must learn to let go of our attachment to outcomes and instead find peace in the present moment, trusting in the inherent wisdom of the universe. In the crucible of acceptance, we discover the true essence of freedom, the freedom to let go of our need for control and surrender to the natural rhythms of life. We learn to release our grip on the illusion of certainty and instead find solace in the beauty of impermanence. And as we journey deeper into the heart of acceptance, we find ourselves transformed, liberated from the shackles of fear and anxiety, and free to embrace each moment with open arms. Yet, in our quest for acceptance, we must also temper our surrender with discernment, for to be truly accepting is not to passively acquiesce to whatever life may bring, but to engage with the world consciously and intentionally. We must recognize that acceptance does not mean indifference to suffering or injustice, but rather a compassionate acknowledgement of the limitations of our control. In the crucible of Stoicism, we forge not only swords of steel but also hearts of gold, beating with the rhythm of acceptance and the melody of resilience. Let us heed Zeno's admonition, finding strength in the serenity of acceptance with unwavering resolve, and let us walk the path of inner peace and equanimity with courage and humility. For in the darkness of the night, it is the light of our own inner wisdom that guides us safely home. In the crucible of Stoicism, our souls undergo a transformative process, akin to raw ore being forged into tempered steel. Through the trials of deception and betrayal, we are not shattered, but strengthened. This philosophy teaches us to stand firm against the tides of adversity, emerging resilient and unbroken. Each lesson of Stoicism serves as a guiding light through life's darkest moments. From recognizing the masks of deception to mastering the art of detachment, these teachings empower us to navigate the complexities of existence with courage and grace. We learn to confront our mistakes with humility, using them as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Through acceptance of life's uncertainties, we find serenity, freeing ourselves from the burdens of attachment and desire. By embracing these ancient teachings, we unlock the power within ourselves to rise above the challenges that confront us. Stoicism offers not only a philosophy but a way of life, a path to inner peace and resilience in the face of adversity. It reminds us that true strength lies not in the absence of challenges, but in our ability to overcome them with dignity and grace. So let us heed the lessons of the ancients, standing steadfast against the trials that beset us. For in the depths of our own inner fortitude, we discover the true measure of our strength, a strength that can carry us through even the darkest of nights. If you know anyone who could benefit from this message, make sure to share it with them. Subscribe if you would like to journey further on this path to self-discovery and a Stoic mindset